Hey guys, Brett here, and in this video today, I want to give you a little bit of history behind traditional marketing to what's happening today, and specifically what you're able to do today with modern day marketing strategies. And so today, again, we'll be talking about the death of traditional marketing and the rise of smarter, faster, and data-driven growth. Are you excited? Let's get into it. So starting off, the old game was rigged. Marketing used to be a rich man's game. If you were a small business in the 1960s or 70s, you didn't stand a chance. You couldn't afford big ads, the big stages, or the big agencies. You relied on word of mouth, luck, or simply praying someone noticed your neon sign outside your restaurant, perhaps. Sound familiar? Some people, maybe. That's just not the case anymore. Now, it's a whole different game with smartphones. Also in the 1960s, you remember the days of Mad Men, big budgets, and no data? TV, radio, magazine ads, they all dominated, right? Costs were insane. Only brands like Coca-Cola, Marlboro, Cadillac, and others could really afford them. The major brands of the world, right? No way to know if your ads actually worked. There was a lot of strategies amongst like, hey, this is what we feel like people are gonna like. There was a lot of emphasis on purely the creative, purely what you'd put on a billboard, but there wasn't a whole lot of understanding to see that these strategies truly worked or not. Sure, you could always look at your sales and say, did they go up or did they not? But there wasn't a scalable tactic that you could have done or performed in order to track and see success. Marketing overall, it wasn't trackable. Feedback did not exist like it does today. Ads were loud, they were expensive, and oftentimes completely out of reach though. Well, later on in the 70s and 80s, mass media started taking over a little bit more. Big brands doubled down with massive budgets, sponsorships, jingles, billboards everywhere. Small businesses, again, still could not compete. Local radio ads were very pricey and also still very untrackable. It was spray and pray marketing. Send the message, hope someone hears it, cross your fingers if they show up. And sure, you could have done some coupons and this and that, and sure, some people had success with them, but nothing like what you can do today. Later on in the 1990s, there were cracks in the system. Infomercials, yellow pages, direct mail equaled some type of potential new hope. You could finally track some responses, but it was still clunky and very expensive. But there was progress. We were moving towards some progress. A coupon came back. That was the data. That was really what it came down to. You'd send out a mailer. You'd have some kind of coupon. Someone might show up with that mailer. Boom, we had some kind of trackability. That is where it ended. Potentially a call from a Yellow Pages ad. That was also a trackable ROI, sort of. But overall, look, for the first time, small businesses had a foot in the door. Small businesses had the ability to do something, didn't require the most insane budget of all time. Now we're in the early 2000s, right? The internet 1.0, as we call it. Websites became the new business cards. Email started gaining ground. But most websites were ugly, slow, and static. Pop-up ads were annoying and not the most effective, if we're being honest. But this was a major shift once again. Now, small businesses had a platform, even if they didn't know it or use it yet. In the 2010s, social media changed everything. Smartphones exploded. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, Twitter, they all took over. A $5 ad budget, you could still compete. You literally could. Community became more valuable than the budget. Content became king. Authenticity, speed, and storytelling started beating big budgets. Suddenly, the small brands oftentimes had the upper hand for the first time in history. Pretty incredible. Did you ever notice some of these brands, by the way, pop up in the 2010s? Some of these e-commerce brands, for example, that were literally nobody one year and all of a sudden competing with the big brands the following year. This truly changed everything. Now, as we are here today, modern day marketing equals precision tools. Today's marketing is data-driven. You can see who visits your website, track who redeems offers, know what time they eat, how often they come back, and predict their next craving. You can automate your entire customer journey and know exactly what's working. And this is what's been really incredible. The ability to have an online presence, run ads, and see with precision what is working and what we need to scale. Also now introducing Dishio, the smart marketing assistant. Dishio makes all this accessible automatically. Here's how. The moment a guest comes into your restaurant and scans a QR code menu or QR code website or however you want to set this up, Dishio captures their contact info and user behavior on the website in store. It tracks the visits, it tracks offers used, it tracks user preferences as they're scrolling through your menu, and it also triggers automations of which now we can use this data for remarketing online across any channel. So imagine a world where you have 4, 5, 6,000 customers visiting your restaurant on a regular basis. Before Dishio, you had no idea who they were, where they came from, how they got to your restaurant, or how to remarket to them. Once a customer walks out your doors, there's no way to remarket to them. Now, with Dishio, you absolutely can. The moment someone scans a QR code, we capture data on this individual, information that we can use to retarget to them on any platform we choose. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, email marketing, SMS marketing, everything's possible. It's like having a marketing team inside of your phone and automated through Dishio. Pretty incredible. Now, from renting to owning. The old way of marketing is you rented attention on Facebook, Google, Yelp, Instagram. The new way is you own the relationship. With Dishio, you're not buying views, you're building a list. You're building a database. With Dishio, you're not guessing, you're tracking, you're understanding. With Dishio, you're not just hoping, you're optimizing for success and profits and increasing guest lifetime value. Your growth becomes sustainable, predictable, and compounding. So stop playing the wrong game. If you're still printing flyers and hoping people walk in or spending money on random boosted posts without tracking, you are stuck in the past. You are doing the things they did years and years and years ago, and you are not positioning your restaurant in a great place for success. Smart marketing equals fast, measurable, automated, and scalable. And you don't necessarily need an agency to run it. You just need the right tool. Your move. You're living in the greatest era for small business growth ever in history. You have the tools big brands wish they had in the 60s. You can scale faster, build loyalty quicker, and market smarter. The power is literally in your hands. So the question is, what are you going to do with it? Thank you guys. Really hope you appreciate this video. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Any questions you might have, please ask away. We're always eager and excited to answer your questions. We'll see you in the next video. Cheers.